Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a recent, highly debated event in the House of Representatives. On December 1st, a vote was held to suspend Representative Francisco Kiko Barzaga, and while the majority, 249 members to be exact, voted yes, a small but vocal group of 5 representatives said no. This has left many people wondering, why would they go against the overwhelming majority? Let's break it down. The 5 dissenters were Representatives Marcoleta, San Fernando, Suntay, Leviste, and the main voice of opposition, Representative Robert Nazal. Their decision wasn't about defending Barzaga's behavior. In fact, they all agreed that his conduct was inappropriate and unbecoming of a congressman. Their no vote was based on 2 fundamental principles that they believe are crucial to our democracy. First, they argued that the punishment simply didn't fit the crime. A 60-day suspension without pay, they claimed, was just too harsh. They pointed out that Barzaga's actions, while crass, didn't involve any corruption, criminal activity, or abuse of his power. In their view, stripping a representative of his office for 2 whole months for what they saw as a behavioral issue was an overreaction. They believe discipline should match the offense. And in this case, a formal public reprimand would have been a more appropriate and proportionate response. It's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. The goal is discipline, not destruction. The second reason is arguably even more significant, and it's all about protecting the core principles of our legal and political systems: due process and free speech. Representative Nazal, leading the charge, heavily criticized the Ethics Committee. He argued that they weren't clear about which specific actions were being punished. But think about it. How can you properly defend yourself if you don't even know the exact charges against you? This lack of clarity, he said, undermined the entire process and made a fair defense impossible. Other members of the minority group focused on the bigger picture of free speech and parliamentary privilege. Representative Marcoleta made a powerful point, referencing the classic idea that you must defend someone's right to speak, even if you completely disagree with what they're saying. He argued that punishing a lawmaker for raising concerns, no matter how crudely they do it, sets a chilling precedent. It could make other representatives scared to speak their minds, which threatens the very independence of the legislature. Representative San Fernando echoed this sentiment, warning that this suspension could be a slippery slope. He cautioned against creating an environment where free speech is stifled. His point was that, ultimately, the final judges of a representative's fitness for office should be the people who elected them, their constituents. It's the voters who have the power to decide if their representative truly speaks for them. So, when you look at it this way, the no votes weren't really about supporting Representative Barzaga's actions, but they were a stand for what these 5 members see as foundational principles: fair and proportional punishment, the right to a clear and just process, and the unwavering defense of free expression within the halls of Congress. They believe that even when emotions run high, these principles must be protected to ensure our democracy remains strong and balanced. This case really highlights the complex balancing act between holding officials accountable for their behavior and upholding the fundamental rights that allow our government to function. What do you think? Was the suspension justified, or were the dissenting voices right to raise concerns about the process and the punishment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a fascinating debate with big implications. Thanks for watching, and if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.